time for the rundown. Tune in as Amelia and Lori share their must-dos in some of their favorite cities, amuse you with their guilty pleasures, share the unsung promo hero of the week, and help decipher all those impossible text acronyms.
Welcome to episode 30 of The Rundown. I'm Amelia Madl with Promo Corner, and joining me is my one and only Mrs. Lori Bolton-Herman of, I just confused everyone with saying your last name, but Lori Bolton of the Magnet Group. Lori, how are you?
I'm amazing, Amelia. How are you?
I'm good.
You probably did. People are probably thinking I got married again and I'm on husband 3.
It depends on when you met Lori, but she has hyphenated, unhyphenated. It just depends what she goes by when you met her. So, or when she's trying to run from the government and she wants to use her other name. Just kidding.
Exactly. There's about 4 or 5 names I go by. Wink, wink.
All right. Well, we're going to get into all the trouble that we've been into and all the new stuff. But before we do have a sponsor today, Logomark. And I have my Pelican drinkware. So Logomark is a leading supplier in the promotional products industry, known for its retail brands, Igloo, Pelican, Solo, Mana, Shapani, Egg Weights. Logomark offers high quality products, exceptional customer service, and continues to be a top 10 supplier of hard goods. Logomark also has an award-winning solutions team that puts an emphasis on teamwork and service, and they have extensive product knowledge and a great attitude to help you creatively present a variety of items designed to meet any client's request. And I have a lot of those items. So yay, go check out logomark.com. So Lori, how are you? What's new?
I'm good, Amelia. So most people know, maybe not, but we, the Magnet Group, chose not to participate in PPAI Expo. So all of a sudden I have a week that's empty, if you will, that I had to reinvent when it was definitely not a waste. I was getting updates from you on the floor and some of my friends that were on the show floor. So that was exciting just to see. It looked like there was great energy on the floor and everybody was having just a really amazing time and respectful of the different protocols that were in place. So Absolutely. It was super, super exciting. And I think you were on the show floor and I know we had an opportunity to record live there. I know. And Josette filled in, which I love. Thank you, Josette.
Yeah. I think the theme of this year is just being able to roll with change. Like so much stuff happened, no matter who you were involved with. If you're a supplier, you were going, you were not going, certain team members were going, PPAI had to change up the floor plan. I'm sure somebody was just going crazy with scratch paper. Like, nope, trash, move this booth, move this booth. There were really not any empty gaps. So they were able to move around people, especially big suppliers like Magnet Group or SNS, if they didn't attend, so that as an attendee, you did not feel the lack. But one thing I don't think I showed you that I really loved, and I've seen other people do this with wristbands, but EMT did these great pens. And so when you walked in to get your badge, I didn't get the red because I'm too friendly to be like, don't touch me, don't talk to me. But you would go in and get the pen. So green, yellow, and the red. So green is like, yeah, shake my hand, give me a hug, I'm cool. Yellow is, high five, elbow bump, but don't get into my space. And then red was back to F up. I'm not interested. Keep walking, buddy. Keep walking.
See that decal on the floor? Stay there.
Yeah. So you would just put them on your lanyards and literally I would walk up. Not only do you look for the person's name, but you would look to see if they're color. And then you'd be like, okay, hey, or like, I missed you. So yeah.
Such a brilliant idea. Because then it's not awkward. You know exactly what who you're approaching, what their comfort level is. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah. And you don't have to say you don't have to be uncomfortable if someone tries to hug and you're like, Okay, I know you have something else new and exciting. So before
I go
into my part, tell us about your new baby.
Yes,
Lori had a baby.
I had a baby.
Put it out there, get the rumor starting.
Fast forward, we got little baby Bailey, and she's under 2 years old, but she was wandering the streets of New Mexico and pregnant, homeless, and the Arizona Central Rescue actually picked her up, brought her over here, got her in a home. She had her litter. The girl that told me about it has one of her pups, and she's in my office now, just sleeping. She's about 37 pounds. So I know I wanted a purse dog. Maybe she can go into a boat tote.
That's a big ass purse, Lori.
I know. And even my largest purse.
Backpack.
A backpack. Yes. But she's so good, Amelia. I have not heard her bark. She ignores the cats and they're within feet of each other. Like nothing's going crazy. She's eating. She's sleeping in her crate beautifully, like going out to go to the bathroom. I'm like knocking. Is she just doing like good behavior for a week until we're like so in love? And then, all hell breaks loose. So far, so good. So we have Bailey.
That's
I know.
awesome.
So we're super excited. Super excited.
All right. And we'll flash up a picture during this so everyone can see cute little Bailey.
Yes. So that's my exciting news for this week.
Well, that's awesome. Well, since we last talked, obviously Vegas was like the biggest thing that I did. So got to travel, see a lot of friends. And we were supposed to record the rundown live, and then you guys didn't go. So I was bummed. And then Andrea, who works with me, was going to fill in and she would do great. Then sickness struck her house, so she didn't go last minute. So Gisette, I was like, please fill in. So it was just like an evolving thing. I was like, I'm just going to be there. And literally whoever walks by, I'm just going to grab them and make them do it. So she did amazing. She can talk on the fly. Again, It was totally unscripted. We're like, let's just talk about the show and keep talking. But Josette, I found out, which I didn't know about her. I've known her for a long time. She's got very loose lips. So during the show, I was like, Josette, you can't see that. I was like, what happens in Vegas is not staying in Vegas, because Josette is just airing everyone's like, what's happening? And then the other thing, I hauled this chain, if you will, all the way to Vegas, specifically to wear it one day, because my buddy over at Totally Bamboo, David Shin, made this for me. So I'm gonna wear my chain for the show, and I left it in my room. And I was like, oh no, 5-pound thing all the way to Vegas and all the way back in my suitcase. So it's really a little cutting board from Totally Bamboo. And then his friend Monica at Pinnacle Design gave him this chain, and he made it for me and sent it to me before Vegas as a joke. So I look like a rapper, like Run DMC or something, but
oh, I love it. Thank you, David.
Yes, thank you.
She was like,
David,
totally, like,
Lori would like one too. We need to have matching necklaces.
Yes.
Yeah. And anywhere, if I would have worn it, sorry, that's really off. Anywhere I would have worn it, I could have instantly just pulled it up and been like, I would like a tequila shot, please. Just put my lime in my thing on here and just worn on my necklace and drop it down.
Shot, some lime slices, you would have been set.
I would have been set. So that's it. That's my big news.
But you had a good time at Vegas. Obviously you stayed safe. You went to the PPAI party at Allegiant Stadium.
Oh, I did. That was pretty cool. So I've done the Power 2 parties multiple years, and it's just a big nightclub, and it's loud and people are drinking, but you can only really talk to the person next to you and then you're like yelling in their ear, and it's just hard. This, even though I'm from Chiefs Kingdom and I was born and raised a Raider hater, it was still very cool to go see the stadium. Amazing, top of the line, just bar none, everything. Super jealous about the stadium we have after seeing that stadium. But we got to go on the turf, onto the field. They have special turf. So they had like an AstroTurf there. And we were like, this is weird. Like, it's kind of clumpy in spaces. And they're like, no, this is just for like groups. They roll out real grass for the actual field.
Seriously?
So that was cool. And then we got to go into the locker rooms. Like, the locker room was just open, so you could go in and film, and you saw all their lockers and their names. And they all had like these big safes so they could put all their diamonds and chains in there during the game. And yeah, it was really, really cool.
Wow.
Okay, so Lori, we're doing the circle of life.
Yes.
We started talking about is there 12 pies?
There's 12. Yeah, there's 12 pieces pies to the pie. And
what's my second slice?
So first we talked about career.
Mm-hmm.
Our second slice was physical activity as we kicked off the new year.
Mm-hmm.
And our third slice that we're going to talk about today is relationships.
Ooh, good one.
So remember that this is considered, in my world, primary food. Secondary food is the food that you consume and that you eat. They both work incredibly. It's important that they're both in a line, because if one's off, the other will be off as well, and vice versa. But primary food, which are these 12 pieces, is truly more important than the food you put in your body. So relationships, it could be anything from family to friends to people that you work with, you associate with. And I have found, since I have gotten older, my relationships have changed dramatically. And it's more in line with what my values are. Back when I was younger, I believe that we tolerate stuff because you want to fit in, or you don't want to upset anybody, right? Or perhaps you really want to be part of that. You don't want to rock the boat. It's a family event. And again, sitting here going to be 53 this year, I have shifted, and I shifted a while ago. But the people that are in my circle under relationships are people that I can trust, that I can be completely transparent with, that I can go a month, 2, 3 months without talking to, and I'm not going to be judged. It's okay. Yeah. Because a true friendship, you can go all that long. You can go a length of time and not talk and pick up right where you left off. But not the feeling of somebody trying to make you feel guilty because you haven't reached out. So with yes. And it's so important, because who wants that? Right? Who wants that? We all have our relationships that are under our roof that we live in that are super important. Because again, if this is not your home, your house is not in line, nothing else is going to be in line. So I challenge everybody just to look inward and see if all your relationships are where you want them to be. I'm not asking you or telling you to like, oh, well, this one gets mad if I don't call in a month and they're gone. That's not what I'm telling you to do. Just evaluate and see where you want them. I also, when I'm coaching clients, tell them to use a box. Like maybe this person, and I'm going to use a family member, for example, perhaps there's somebody in my family that during the holidays, I do need to keep them. And that box is really boundaries with that person. It's a relationship. It's a family relationship. Choose not to rock the boat too much, but that box is allowing me boundaries that I have set for that person. So again, challenging all of you just to look at that and see where it settles. I know you and I have talked about, different relationships, specifically family, where it's hard, especially around holidays, which we've just gotten through. We talked about giving yourself grace, but sit back and just take a look of where those relationships fall. And are you the only one giving and not getting anything out of the relationship? What does it look like?
Okay. Yeah, no, I totally get it. I have a best friend, 20 some years. We might be 6 months, sometimes almost close to a year before we actually get to like talk. But as soon as we're together, nothing has skipped a beat. You would not know. Yeah.
But I have a girlfriend that I've known since 4. We went through school all together. She moved away to Texas. And literally we're exactly a month apart to the day. She's a month older. But we can go. And the whole year, whatever, we pick up, she knows all the history, all my stuff, and vice versa. So it's kind of cool, those kind of relationships. And then you have some that perhaps they're new relationships and they really don't get what's important to you, but they want in, they feel like it's good to be around you. But what are they trying to get from you? So
I get it. Okay. Identify.
Yeah. So relationships.
Okay. So I was gone for a little bit, and I haven't failed my children too terribly lately, or at least nothing that I want to mention in public or in here. So my mom is really an Amelia-ism, because I'm a super friendly person and I'm pretty outgoing, and people always tell me that. So my embarrassing thing was I was on the show floor on setup day. We are all wearing our mask. I see somebody like 3 rows over, there's still crates, and I wave real big, and the person looks behind him, and I was like, I'm waving to you, name. And I said the name, and it was a guy, and he turned and looked at me, goes, yeah, I'm not that person. And I said, well, I'm waving to you anyways. How you doing? And then walked out.
Did you at least have the right booth?
Yeah, we weren't in booths. We were just walking down the floor it was a setup day. So we were both just like walking down while people were still setting up.
Oh my gosh.
Looked like the dude. And even the last day of the show, saw the guy without his mask on, still thought he looked just like the guy I know. So I wasn't like that. I'm not going senile yet, but I was like, that could have been super embarrassing. And then there were a few times. So our buddy, Scott Pearson, knows me very well, worked closely together. He was walking right past me in the Mandalay. I could tell he had his earbud in, so I didn't want to disturb him. I just tapped him. I was like, hey. And he was like, hey. And I had to pull my mask down. He's like, oh my God. And then he's like, hold on. And he starts like hugging me. You know who I was. And Kelly from Vernon, same. She had changed her hair up and she walked by me. She's like, hi, Amelia. I was like, hey. And she's like, it's Kelly. And I was like, hi, Kelly. Still had no idea. Still didn't pull her mask down. I was like, that Kelly, I know you.
Oh my gosh. See, yeah. And because it's been, for some people, it's been truly
a couple years. Yeah.
Yeah. If you haven't gotten out and this is like the one time a year you do get out. Yeah.
Yeah. So. And if you've changed your hair or dyed it or cut it or did anything and you can only see this much,
so crazy.
So that was my Ameliaism for the day. So that was me being a loser or a zero, not a hero. But we do have a new unsung promo hero. And this week, Steve Parker of Starline is our nominator. And he is nominating Crystal Holstrom. I think I said that right. Crystal Holstrom of Starline. So let's take a listen.
Hi, this is Steve with Starline. And my unsung hero is a lady by the name of Crystal Holstrom. Crystal and I started working as inside and outside sales team 4 years ago at Starline. She started with Starline 7 years ago in production, made her way up through customer service to inside sales, and now just recently promoted to national inside sales. Super proud of her. It's been an honor to work with her. Her dedication, work ethic, and overall get the job done has been a pleasure. Our Starline partners, our distributor partners, Starline itself, super proud to be with Crystal. And this is Steve Parker, Starline, out.
Thank you so much, Steve. We really appreciate you doing the shout out to Crystal for the unsung hero. And we would like more of you to send videos in. It's just that easy. So just quick video, shoot it over. But Lori, do you have any guilty pleasures besides your new pooch?
My pooch, my Pilates obsession, my echelon obsession. I did see.
You're such a clean guilty pleasure girl. Give us some raunch. Come on.
Well, do you remember when we started? It was like, yeah, I watched 50 Shades of Grey, all three back to back twice. It's about time. I'm about due for another.
Due for some, yeah.
So finished when I discovered when we filmed our last episode that I hadn't seen the season finale. So we watched that, and again, I had to go to a different platform to watch it. It's so confusing.
It is.
And then we started on 1883. We're caught up. Like again,
you can only find 2 episodes because I've been looking and I can only find 2.
No, there's 3 and the 4th should have dropped Sunday.
See, I'm going to have to go search. One of those things, I recorded it on one station. And now when I got back in town, I was all pumped. And I was like, damn it, Yellowstone's done.
And them around. Yeah. After this, I'll text you. But the other, if you want to call it a guilty pleasure. So now I am stalking Rip on social media.
Sorry, Michael.
I'm following Michael and Steve. I'm following
Michael and Steve. Sorry, husband 1 and 2.
I'm sorry.
Passed you both.
Yes. And he seems like a very sweet family man. His wife is absolutely lovely. And you have to have a strong relationship, I think, for any actor to be in. I mean, they have a pretty, Rip and Beth have a pretty sexy, romantic relationship.
Intimate, very intimate on the,
So following him, and I am following Beth on social media.
Yeah.
So following them both, and they're just, So I just love it. So those are my guilty pleasures, is stalking them and looking at, what they post. And Beth just recently posted, that's not her real name, it's Kelly, I believe. But she just posted the scene where she's in the barn howling like a wolf. And just like, she was a throwback. And she's like, I love this scene so much. And I did. I mean, she's both just amazing talent throughout the entire cast, to be honest.
Okay.
So those are my guilty pleasures. I know it's something exciting, but that's
stalking on the internet. You heard it here first. Lori's guilty pleasure. You've been warned, people. You've been warned. If Lori follows you, just know. Well, mine is not nearly that stalkerish. So when I watched several things because I was on the plane for a long time, and that's all I do when I fly is just kind of doze in and out and watch shows. But once I got home, my son wanted to watch something, and so I was looking for something that's child appropriate. There's not a ton out there right now on Netflix. So we started watching the second season of Cheer. Do you know what it is?
Oh, yeah.
So there's college rivalries down in Texas. They're community college, small colleges, and they've been battling for like the national championship. And Monica, who is the coach of the Navarro team, she's won like all these champions, but there's been all this backlash and crazy stuff that happened since season one, which I guess in the midst of COVID and everything, when I didn't really pay attention to the news because I couldn't deal with it anymore, I missed a lot of like one of the cheerleaders is awaiting trial and might be sentenced to 15 years for basically child pornography. I'm trying to think of a better way to say it, but I'll just go with that. Yeah. So I missed all this in the news
too. I missed that.
So they go about that. And then the backlash, like people calling her names and just the emotional toll that it took on her to be in the public eye. So second season, and this season, they show more of Trinity Valley Community College, which is their rival. And it's just really incredible. And those athletes, it is superhuman what they can do. Anybody that says cheer is not a sport has not thrown some girl 30 feet up in the air or caught them, or the spins. Like these people could be Olympic athletes.
Oh my gosh, totally, Amelia.
Yeah. I'm like, that's not what our high school cheer team looks like, but this is college nonetheless. But these are athletes from all over the world that are coming to the middle of nowhere, Texas, to be in this program because it's so
good.
Yeah. Okay. So we're starting to get low on time here. So did you have any cards pulled for me? Or do I
no, because I need harder ones for you. And that's on my list to do before our next episode.
I'm that amazing, Lori.
You are amazing.
Try if you will. Okay.
But I'm sure people look at the cards and I give them the answer and they're like, that's what you gave her?
So we'll go quick. So I have a Family Feud card.
Okay.
And I pulled this one just because of the travel. So this is top 100 or 100 people surveyed. These are the top 1 to 6 answers. Name something that takes time in an airport.
Check-in.
Number 1.
Yes.
Okay, so checking in is number 1.
Check. Parking. Shuttle.
Oh, what was it? Shuttle. Nope.
Dang. Okay, so tell me it again.
After you check in for your flight, what do you
do? Security.
Number 2. Yep. I just went to Mexico recently. So what extra step?
Customs.
Customs. Number 3. The one thing I hate to do, especially in my little airport that takes forever.
Baggage.
Yes. Baggage claim.
Your airport does take a long time.
It took a long time in Vegas getting my luggage. I've never had to wait so long. It took 20 minutes to get my bags when I got there. Normally by the time I walk, they're waiting on me.
That's crazy. Okay. What about rental car?
Nope. What, once you do all of those things and you are walking down the...
You're walking down the terminal? Jetway.
Yeah, the boarding process. They got to come up all these years of flying. They got to come up with a better idea.
Okay, so I have check-in, security, customs, baggage, boarding. There's one
more, and this one's stupid.
Is it flight time?
Just
taxiing?
In between what you're doing, just
taxiing.
Like, just waiting. Just waiting.
Waiting is the answer?
Yeah, something that takes time at the airport. Waiting.
That
waiting
is
for your
time.
flight.
I swear I want to meet. How many people voted for waiting?
Only 7.
Yeah, I want to meet these 7 and the 4.
Okay, I'll make that happen for you.
Thank you.
I'm just going to do one of these. Let's see. Oh, okay. I this is the only one I'm going to do just because we were talking about drinking. Let's see. Let's see how my art skills are today.
Ooh. I like that TechWeld called out your mustache on your emoji last time.
I like that TechWeld called out the fact that I called Ray Rodriguez Ray Gonzalez. So sorry, Ray.
I missed that.
I was mismatching names, and thank you for calling me out on that. And now I fixed it. Oh, I love you, Ray. He came to our booth and he was so hilarious. Okay, so this is as good as I can do for drawing. Oh, it would be this way on the phone.
So that has to be like, they call those bunny lines when you get your Botox right there.
I thought they called them the 11s.
Oh no, this is the bunny right here. I don't know. I just call it the forest.
This is supposed to be like the percentage sign that you would use as a key.
So is it an upset, like an angry? Is it an angry or a thoughtful man?
It's more funny. We were talking about Vegas. We were talking about football games. Oops. What happens at those? What do people do a lot?
Cheer.
The other thing we were talking about.
Scream.
In your magical umbrella, what were you going to sneak in?
Ooh, I was going to sneak some adult beverages.
So you're intoxicated. I'm sorry, but if I'm drunk, I'm not going to be able to find the keys to make this emoji.
No, but I'm writing it down because that's going to be something.
You will just read a text from me and it won't make sense. And you'll be like, yep, she's drunk. That's how I do it. When the letters and the words don't make sense and it's gibberish, my friends are like, yeah, she's had a few because it's.
I don't think I've ever wink gotten one from you.
Ooh.
I'm kidding.
Consider yourself lucky. Yeah. I always tell my friends, if it's a Friday night after 10 o'clock and I'm taking my Ambien, don't try to text with me because you can't.
You can't.
You just
love
can't.
it.
Oh, so fun, Lori.
So fun. So I'm glad you're back safe and sound and that you're healthy because COVID and then so I'm so happy and I missed you so much, but soon.
I know we're going to have to plan a football game.
A football game, or when you go see clients, I'll make sure that I'm in, like, even if you come to Arizona, wherever, like Colorado.
We'll work it out.
Have to, and then we'll film live.
Oh, thank you again to our sponsor, Logomark. Make sure you go check them out at logomark.com and be sure you comment below. We'd love to hear your guilty pleasures. Don't forget to nominate your unsung promo hero. Just take a quick 30, 60-second video and email it over. And then stay tuned and we will drop a new episode on February 11th to hear more Living with Lori and how I embarrassed myself or my children. See you guys next time.
Bye.